Welcome to my channel. I am Jasmine, and in today's video I am going to be showing you palettes, eyeshadow palettes, my eyeshadow collection, and I'm going to go through each one and tell you guys if I like those palettes or if I dislike those palettes, because I bought stuff in the past on sheer impulse, and I'm gonna be decluttering, and so I'm gonna be getting rid of some palettes, and so I just thought it'd be cool to show you guys what I purchased, and y'all can judge me for it in the comments. So thank you for stopping by, but before I go, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Please leave a like if you want to, or leave a comment if you can find where the comments are. Yeah, so come back and thank you guys. Bye. Or let's get into the video. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been months since I've last uploaded any kind of video. So with that being said, today I wanted to go through all of the makeup palettes, preferably my eyeshadow palettes, and discuss which ones I regret purchasing and which ones I do not regret purchasing, because yeah, why not? So let's get right into this video. So I've collected several eyeshadow palettes over the time. I am a hoarder when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'll buy something, hate it, never return it or throw it away. So I just hang on to it, and I want to get into my most recent purchase that I bought, but because of COVID-19 I am unable to return, so I have to deal with this palette, and numero uno being the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I bought the palette because, well, let me start here. I did not watch any reviews. I didn't go check out anyone's page to see who was reviewing this or to see what people thought about it. I automatically assumed it would be like Volume 1 or the original. And plus, nobody that I particularly cared about was reviewing this palette, so I just should take that as a sign. I didn't. But nevertheless, I bought this palette because, one, I thought that it was going to be like the original. Two, I'm attracted to the color scheme. Typically, I go for a bronze eye on every day of the week, but when I do add color into my life, I typically go for this color scheme here, mainly using these rows, like these two bottom rows. Upon purchasing it, and after trying it, giving it an in-depth fair shot, I've come to the conclusion that this is not a great palette. I have plenty of Morphe palettes, and you will see that throughout this video. I have plenty, and I feel like this would be really good chalk. Yeah, it would be really good chalk. It would make amazing chalk. I think Morphe is in the wrong business. Y'all need to get into that the category with chalk, because that's apparently what y'all like to make now. It's not the most terrible palette, but if I'm going to spend $38 on something that's supposed to be an affordable brand, I would like for it to be a good product. $40 is actually cheap for something like this, but y'all could have done better. And while we're on the Morphe train of palettes that I dislike and I regret purchasing, is the Jaclyn Hill Vault. This is another thing I should have took heed when I bought this, and this did not perform well prior to purchasing this, but I was just like, who cares? I'm that girl. One, I was a huge Jaclyn Hill fan. Really loved her, and so I bought these items because I'm like, I like her. I want to support her. And for obvious reasons, I will be not supporting this. The only reason why I still have it is because I got this on the very first launch day, and I tried it out, tried on 4 palettes within like a week, and I realized quickly I did not like this palette. I mean, there's a couple shades that are not terrible, but for the most part, overall. And I never returned it because Morphe was charging me to return it, and I'd rather keep it. I'm not paying a return. I think that's. I'm going to continue on this Morphe palette train, but I'm going to stick to the palettes I do like. Now, I do have 2 palettes. Oh, wait, no, I got another palette I dislike from Morphe. It is the James Charles Morphe collab palette. It's a big old palette. This one was hard to get my hands on, and I think we all know that. This palette is virtually untouched. There's a couple shades that I like. This is probably my favorite shade, and that's this one. I love these. Actually, whenever I want to do a colorful eye look, these 2 shades are the one I go to the most. My thoughts on this palette is a little teensy bit different from everyone else's. The color scheme, not bad. It gives you can have everyday looks, colorful looks, neutral looks, which that's what I got this palette for, because I'm like, it's an all-in-one palette. I can do whatever I want. My experience using it is not all of the colors are horrible, but this purple down here at the bottom, she ain't good. I don't like her. She's a little patchy. I've played around with other colors in here, not all of them, but the reason why I regret this purchase, is because I don't use it. This cost $39, which is the same exact amount as Jaclyn Hill, both of them. These are virtually the same exact price. Like, I think one is $1 more, and you can see. I just don't get enough use out of it. I don't think it's the most terrible palette that I've ever tried, but it's not terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, there's some shades in there I wouldn't use, but there's also shades in there I do use and I do like. Okay, so now for my Morphe palettes that I do like, which I only have 2. Just don't get crazy. This is the 3502 palette, the Second Nature Warm palette. I love this palette. As you can see, she is used, honey. This is my everyday go-to palette, to be honest with you. This palette does not exist though. I got this when it first launched because, like I told you, I prefer palettes of floral neutrals. This is me. This is who I am. this is every day for me if I want to wear makeup. So, and the palette that I do like from Morphe is the original Jaclyn Hill palette. As you can see, this one is well loved. She is used, I've not used her in a hot second because I've collected a whole bunch of other palettes. But this was a staple in my makeup routine daily, honestly. Like if I wore makeup and I want to wear eyeshadow, this is my go-to. Which I think I'm gonna probably try using this palette again. This palette is well over a year old, but so technically it's expired, but especially with the controversy surrounding the reformulation of the newer palettes, I will not be repurchasing this palette. I'm just gonna continue to stay with this one. It's expired. When I do use it, I don't have any issues, so sue me. And by the way, I got this on when it originally launched on the second restock. So I've had this a while, but I still love her and she's still my favorite and we're still hanging in there. Okay, so this palette right here, which is the Zulu by Juvia's Place, this palette I regret purchasing. Not because of any of Juvia's Place's controversy or things that's transpired within the past year. I am not the biggest fan of color. So I went through a phase early last year, or around this time last year, where I was purchasing things that I was purchasing a lot more colorful palettes because I was trying to get out of the habit of having my bronze gold eye like I always do, that I still do to this day. And so this palette I bought, and I also got the Anastasia Beverly Hills River Yellow palette. As you can see, this is another colorful palette. I can count on one hand how many times I've used this palette, and I don't think I've ever dipped. I think I've dipped a brush into this purple maybe 2 or 3 times. That's it. I finally accepted who I am as a human being, and that I prefer a brown eye with gold eyelids and I smoke up my bottom lash. Like I've accepted that that's who I am, and that's okay. So I regret those purchases, not because the product is bad or it didn't perform well. I just don't do color, and nothing's wrong with color. I think people who wear colorful eyeshadow is amazing because I wish I was like that, but I don't even do color. Like I just don't like. I don't even try to match it with my outfits. Like if I have on something green, I won't wear green. I just don't know why I'm this person. It is what it is. What it is. It is what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna get into a palette. Oh, so I regret purchasing 3. And they're all by our beloved Kylie Jenner. Guys, Kylie Cosmetics. I purchased 3 eyeshadow palettes and a lip kit. Now getting into the palettes, I got the Peach Extended, and the Burgundy Extended palettes. They're dirty. And I got the Sippin' Pretty when she turned 21, that collection. My peach has barely been touched. I don't like this palette for the simple fact of I don't mind ordering things offline. That's not the issue. It's just when certain I'm attracted to this color story because it's neutral and I like neutral. It's just that she was not thinking of brown girls. She wasn't thinking about anyone melanated when she created this palette at all. And that is, here's a little bit tea. That is why I do not support her or KKW's brands anymore when it comes to their makeup. It's because it's, in my opinion, they create makeup for them and the things that they wear, which is fine, which is okay. But I feel like they need to just market to. I just no, it don't even matter. No. All right, and so so I have actually have 3 more palettes that I regret purchasing, and 2 being Naked, the Naked series. I have not purchased. The last Naked palette that I've purchased was this one. The reason why I regret purchasing these palettes is because they were $54, and the quality of these shadows ain't that great to be paying $54. They are not terrible palettes, and they blend well. They do what I need them to do. They give me color payoff. I don't think anything. If I'm gonna, this is why I have so many Morphe eyeshadow palettes. Or if I'm gonna spend almost $60 on a palette, I typically go for the same brands, which is my Anastasia Beverly Hills. But these are the ones I do love. Don't get twisted. $54. I feel like I've paid for the package for this. $54 for 12 shades. And another thing with Urban Decay's, I don't really think that they make stuff for melanin. I just don't think they do. Because a lot of the palettes that they've been coming out with, especially the past ones like Cherry and Honey and Reloaded, those are not melanated. Those are not shadows for melanated skin. I see a brown in that Honey palette and I said, that's gonna look ashy on me. How does a brown look ashy on a brown person? Because you're not thinking of your consumers. Black women out here, we be buying up the makeup and y'all ain't so. Come on. Now, the On the Run palette, I have tried. I've never purchased it. I've continuously go back and forth in my mind about purchasing that palette. Only reason why I have not purchased it is because the color story are colors that I already have in different palettes. So yeah. I regret purchasing, which is my gingerbread palette from Too Faced. This is the first gingerbread, not the second, the first. I like this palette. I love this palette. It performs very well. It is amazing. The only problem about this palette is I don't use it. I was obsessed with this color story during Christmas time when it first came out. I hooped and hollered for this palette. I got it. I used it maybe 5 times. Maybe 5 times. Approximately. So I picked it up. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you about a palette that I bought. Tarte. And I'm not, girl, I don't really buy Tarte. There's a couple of products that I like about them. It's not the concealer. Okay. And this is the Tarte Pro Remix. I love this palette. I love this palette just because this is my go-to for because most of the, I want to say a good 95. There's only 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 matte colors in here. 95% of this palette is shimmer shades. Well, these are glitter, pressed glitters, I believe, over here. I believe these over here are pressed glitters, and the rest are like they're regular shimmer shadows to me. I love this palette. It's my go-to when I want like a shimmer lid or something. Another palette that I bought it when it launched. Tati Beauty. I've been a Tati stan for probably about 2 years. I love Tati, okay? You have to say what you want about her. I try to look past the drama. I really do. But I really do like Tati, okay? Sweet. This palette is amazing. It's probably the best palette that I've ever spent my money on. I believe this retails for $48 or well, it was about $50. I think it was about 50. I don't remember exactly how much it is, but $50. And I think it's money well spent for this because one, look at this huge mirror. Oh my gosh, it's huge. I love that. And these perform very, very well. She admitted that C Beauty was her manufacturer, so a lot of her makeup is coming from the ColourPop factory, which is fine. It's okay. ColourPop isn't terrible. It's not bad. But as a person who's tried ColourPop shadows, and as a person who religiously used ColourPop because I was broke starting out doing makeup, girl, this is a good palette, and I think these are better than actual ColourPop shadows. Sue me. Come for me. I don't care what you do. Tati Beauty is better than ColourPop, or at least the shadows are, in my opinion. That's Jackie Aina. This one, Jackie Aina. She Jackie Aina. She's so glam. Y'all, if you've never had the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, you're missing out. It's a really good palette, like, and it's the same consistency as the Modern Renaissance palette. She's used and abused. I love her. I do. I care about her. I'll fight somebody for her. I would. For obvious reasons, I will be passing out because Jackie. For obvious reasons, Jackie. I'm about to hit pan on this brown shade. It's a really good brown for chocolate girls. Can we have more brands that create palettes for chocolate girls, please? That's what I want to see. Like, they have to be formulated specifically for brown girls. You know what? I'm gonna stop saying brown. For black girls. For darker complexion in general. That'd be great. Thanks. So that's all my palettes. Oh, hold on. Let me tell you about some products that I bought from Fenty. Let me tell you about 2 products that I bought from Fenty. I got this when it launched on April 17th. She the truth. She it. She loyal. There's no clock. There's none of that. She's here. She's here to stay. She belongs here. She can sit with us because she has that right. I mean, she's pure. She can do no wrong. This girl, we know nothing other than perfection from her. Now this girl, she's a problem child. So those are my products. Those are my eyeshadow palettes, and those are my 2 features that I want to show you guys. I have a lot of palettes, and my spending habits have changed because I used to just buy palettes all the time, but I don't do that anymore. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If not, then my bad. I'm sorry, we'll figure something else out. But in the meantime, this is what you're gonna eat. So, you know, make sure you guys subscribe. Please join the family. We are very kind and sweet over here. And that's how we like to get, you know. Please subscribe.